So in this video, I wanted to discuss a few things regarding the Xbox Scorpio, including it getting 1 gig of extra RAM, Microsoft's E3 being extended past 90 minutes, as well as a new potential final name for the Scorpio. So let's get into this. So yesterday, Mike Ybarra, corporate vice president at Xbox and Windows, tweeted out this: "We'll keep tuning Scorpio to empower creators to share the best versions of their games. Unlocked extra gigabyte of RAM for them. Now 9 gigabytes of GDDR5. So if you didn't know already, the Scorpio will have 12 gigs of GDDR5 RAM. 4 of those gigs were going to be used for the operating system and other system uses, while the other 8 will be used for games. But now it turns out that the engineers at Xbox have figured out a way to get the operating system working off of only 3 gigs of GDDR5 and leaving 9 gigs available now for games. This is going to improve performance drastically on the Scorpio. If you're not familiar with RAM and how much is a lot, 1 gig is actually a lot, especially when it comes to GDDR5, which is really fast memory. So basically with this extra gig, this is going to allow the Scorpio to load stuff faster basically, so there's going to be less pop-ins, faster loading times, more data being able to load faster. Even if games, since this is a last second thing for Xbox to do, developers have obviously been developing games with 8 gigs in mind, so the games that are coming out for the Scorpio that were created for 8 gigs of RAM, it'll still benefit off the 9 gigs because, like I said, it'll still use that 1 gig extra as cache. Overall, it will still help with loading times. So it turns out the Scorpio is actually going to be more powerful than we all anticipated at the very last second right before E3 starts, which is a good thing. But one thing that does worry me about this is that on the Xbox One, the original operating system, the Windows 8 UI, was very, very laggy in my opinion. It ran very slow, it was very clunky, and even with the new Windows 10 UI, it's still kind of clunky, still kind of slow. And I was really happy when they said, you know, we're going to be using 4 gigs this time on our operating system on the Xbox Scorpio. I'm like, okay, that'll probably help out with the UI being so laggy all the time. I really hope this doesn't hurt performance when it comes to the operating system and the UI, because I really do want a fluent UI that, you know, runs smooth. But again, this is GDDR5 and not DDR3 memory like the Xbox One, so 3 gigs I'm hoping will still be enough for the UI to be smooth and for the console to do its other tasks that require processing as well. So on to the next bit of news. We have Phil Spencer yesterday tweeting out this: "Xbox Briefing Sunday will likely run longer than our traditional 90 minutes. For those recording, just a heads up. Hashtag Xbox E3. So that's really good news. I was expecting this because they are having to reveal a whole console inside their E3 conference, which they don't normally have to do, obviously. So I was expecting it to run a little longer because I think revealing the console itself is going to take at least 15 to 25 minutes alone, because they have to explain the system, what it does, show the UI off a little bit, and demonstrate it to us on why we should buy it, basically. So I was expecting it to run a little longer, and Phil Spencer also replied to this guy saying, yeah, had some games that just didn't want to leave out to hit the time, so made a call to run a little longer. So there's going to be a lot of games, so that's good news. That's really exciting that their E3 is going to run longer than 90 minutes, which is already a pretty long E3. So I'm expecting it to run at least near the 2-hour mark at this point. Yeah, that's just really good news, and I hope that they capitalize on using the extra time. And now on to the last and most interesting bit of news for this video. I was online and I found an article written by Chris Plant. And in this article, he points out some very interesting things on why Microsoft might choose Xbox XS for the final name for Project Scorpio. One, he states that Microsoft is obviously trying to merge Xbox and Windows 10 together, with them implementing the Windows 10 UI for Xbox One, and also obviously the Play Anywhere crossplay feature that they're offering now for gamers. You can buy one game on either platform and play it on either platform. You buy a game on Xbox One, you can play it on Windows 10 as well. Microsoft is obviously trying to merge Windows 10 and Xbox together as one. And his main point here is that, so he's basically saying he sees Phil Spencer trying to put the Scorpio as a Windows 10 gaming console for your living room, which would explain the name Xbox 10S. And also the naming convention would fit in the Windows 10S, the newly announced OS for Windows. And on this operating system, you can only run programs downloaded from the Windows Store, which would allow Microsoft to control what we can and can't put on the console, which would make sense. So for them to go with Xbox 10S, it would make perfect sense. And also, them naming the last form of Xbox One S, it would totally tie in with them going with Xbox 10S for the successor for Xbox One S. Not only that, but this is what I thought, it'd be really smart for Microsoft to go with Xbox 10S, because say you have an average consumer going into a Walmart or a Target, to buy a new gaming console. They see Xbox One S and they see Xbox 10S. Obviously, 1 is less than 10. They're going to know that the 10S is the more powerful system. And like I said, this is for a general consumer that doesn't do research like you and I on video games all the time. Say it's a mom, wanting to buy a gaming console for her children, and she doesn't know much. She could just look at it on her own and know the differences between Xbox One S and Xbox 10S. She's going to know that that one is more powerful. Also, going back to the Windows 10, Xbox 10S, Windows 10S, it's going to show people that it's basically a living room Windows gaming console, which is fantastic in my opinion. I think that makes a lot of sense, especially like I said, with Microsoft trying to merge Windows 10 and Xbox together. It'd be the perfect thing, and this could be the final form of Xbox, just to be called Xbox 10S, and the name would change as Windows changes. So when we get like Windows 11, it'd be Xbox 11. The platforms would completely merge together, and the only difference would be Windows is computers, Xbox is gaming. And this would also really tie in with the teaser that we got with the numbers on the side of the stage there next to the crowd, where it says X 10S 10 13 17. So this would indicate Xbox 10S releasing on October 13th, 2017. The release date I'm kind of iffy about still, but just to point out that this would actually tie in with the numbers we saw in the teaser, Xbox 10S, X10S. And this would also tie in with Microsoft trademarking that S logo earlier this week on Monday. It could possibly be the S for Xbox 10S, and that's why I kind of threw it in here for you guys to give you a concept of what it could look like, and maybe the colors Xbox will go with. So it's very possible that all of this leads to Microsoft naming Project Scorpio Xbox 10S. So yeah guys, I honestly think after all the names I've been talking about in all my videos, this is the name I'm guessing they're gonna go with. It makes too much sense, and if they don't, I really do think that this is a missed opportunity for Microsoft and Xbox. So yeah guys, that will do it for today's video. If you enjoyed watching, please hit that thumbs up, and if you didn't, hit that thumbs down. It really helps me out a lot. And if you're interested in more Xbox Scorpio coverage just like this, please remember to subscribe here at Rajan Productions for more news and updates on Project Scorpio. And with that guys, I will catch you in the next video. Have a good